Hope you all had a great weekend. I'm glad to see you're back for some more Bible trivia. And so we'll see what we can do. See if maybe I can stump you this time. I don't know. Some of you are pretty smart. And then, sometimes there's those questions that you just can't think of. You know the answer to it, but just can't quite think of it. Let me ask you a question. Can a kangaroo jump higher than the Empire State Building? Well, can it? Well, of course it can. The Empire State Building can't jump. All right, I like this next one, personally. There was a bus full of ugly people. They collided with the truck, and they all died. And God started giving them all a wish. They could get their whatever wish they wanted, they could have it. Well, the first one said, I want to be gorgeous. So poof, person's gorgeous. And then everybody seemed to like that idea because every ugly person on that bus, they kept saying the same thing. Oh, I want to be gorgeous. I want to be gorgeous. And as God was going through all of these people that wanted to be gorgeous, there was this one person that was at the very end of the line. And I mean, he was just laughing and laughing. And I mean, he just couldn't hardly control himself. Well, God finally got to that last person. And he said, well, what do you want? You're laughing so much. He goes, I want them all to be ugly again. Oh man, maybe I like that one a little too much. I don't know. Anyway, let's get to our quiz. Okay, the first one. Well, I forgot. I got to give the quick rundown of the rules. It's going to be 12 questions altogether. 2 of them are bonus questions. 10 of them are regular questions worth a point apiece. I'll tell you when the bonus questions are happening. You can choose to answer them or not. It's up to you, but they're worth 3 points extra, or they can take away 3 points from your score. So be careful with them. All right, question number 1. Who complained to the Lord that he was slow of speech and slow of tongue? Was it Aaron, Abraham, or Moses? Exodus 4, verse number 10, tells us that it was Moses. Number 2, how many times did Elisha tell Naaman to dip himself in the Jordan River in order to be healed of his leprosy? Was it 3, 7, or 12? 2 Kings 5, verse number 10 tells us the answer. And the answer is 7. Number 3, who was the wicked queen of Israel who was eaten by dogs when she died? Was it Jezebel, Athaliah, or Vashti? 1 Kings 16, verse 26 through 31. The answer is the mean old nasty Jezebel. Number 4, how did John the Baptist die? He was stoned, he was beheaded, he was crucified. Matthew 14, verses 6 through 10 says that he was beheaded. Remember, his head was put on a platter. Oh, man, what a way to go. Number 5, what would the Roman soldiers do to men being crucified to speed up their death? Drug them, stab them, or break their legs? John 19, verses 31 through 33. The answer is break their legs. So here's the bonus question. And again, it's associated with that question I just asked. When the soldiers saw that Jesus was dead, what did they do instead of breaking his legs? Again, you don't get any help, but I bet you'll probably get the answer correct. What did they do instead of breaking his legs? John 19, verses 32 through 34 says they pierced his side with a spear. All right, let's move on to our next set of questions. Number 1, when David saw Bathsheba from the roof of his house, what was she doing? Praying, bathing, or eating? 2 Samuel 11, verse 2 said she was bathing. Number 2, who was Bathsheba's husband? Was it Uriah, Aziel, or Ulam? Answer is found in 2 Samuel 11, verse number 3. It was Uriah. Number 3, what was David's sin with Bathsheba? Lying to Uriah, taking a third wife, or adultery? 2 Samuel 11, verse 4. Of course, I bet you all got this right. The answer was adultery. Number 4, after David found out that Bathsheba was pregnant, what did he do with Uriah? Told him the truth, had him killed, or sent him away? 2 Samuel 11, verses 14 through 15. Unfortunately, the answer is had him killed. Number 5. How did Bathsheba respond to the news that Uriah was dead? She mourned, she was relieved, or she was pleased. 2 Samuel 11, verse 26. She mourned. And our final bonus question associated with the one I just read is this: what happened to Bathsheba when her time of mourning was over? What happened to Bathsheba when her time of mourning was over? 2 Samuel 11 and verse 27 tells us that David took her as his wife. Well, I don't think this round of trivia questions was that difficult, so I think probably most of you did pretty good. But again, let me know how you did in the comments. I enjoy seeing how well you did with all these questions, and I hope you have a great rest of the week.